It's your boy Noto, coming to you with more videos, coming to you with more content, man. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about how to get laid on the first day, or how to get laid on the first night. Anyway, guys, when it comes to this, you gotta understand that the biggest thing when it comes to wanting to get laid on the first day, you have to make a good first impression, bro. Your first impression, your first glance, bro. The first glance she takes at you needs to be great sexually. Think about it. What makes you look the best in anything? A great physique. That's why we always talk about it. And shout out to Ron Wills, the body game. Your vessel. Getting laid on the first date, you already damn near have to be halfway there. Now, I'm not saying this in any particular order, not saying you can't get it in any other way. But what I'm saying is, this is proved most effective for me and pretty sure a lot of other guys. Because when she's already attracted to you, you're already halfway there. If she's already lusting after you, you're already halfway there. That gives you the highest probability of getting laid on the first night, instead of having to build it up and all that. When you're already hitting her on those cylinders, you already halfway there, guys. The vessel. When you look at a Toyota Corolla and you look at a Lamborghini, you can put the same paint job on both of those. But guess what? It's always one that's going to look different. One's going to look more superior than the other. That's why two people can wear the same outfit and look different. 10 people can wear the same outfit and look 10 different ways. They can have the same paint job. Both can be red. Both can be gray. They can always look similar, but always be different. It's the body of the vehicle. You see what I'm saying? Your body is your vehicle, your vessel. So by you making that the best it can be, that will prove to help aid you in getting to your goal. If you're trying to get laid on the first night, you need to already be ahead. You know what I'm saying? You need to already be halfway there. That'll give you the highest probability. Not saying, like I said before, this is not saying that it won't happen any other way. But this proves, to me, this has proved to be one of the best ways that happened for me. So you take it as you want to take it. And if you think I'm cap, oh well, try it your way, do your thing. I'm only offering from mostly my experiences and experiences I've seen from other dudes. And at the same time, another thing is, when you getting your vessel together, it's going to exuberate more confidence. Because when you're thinking, you like, I know I look good. I know I'm looking good. I'm hitting the gym now. I know I'm taking care of my health and taking care of my body. I know I'm gonna feel way better about myself, and that's going to reflect in your character. That's going to reflect in your body language. You're gonna walk a different way. You're gonna talk a different way. Your whole flow is gonna be different, which is going to aid you in getting laid in the first night, because the flow will help you create the vibe. You see what I'm saying? And the second thing is creating sexual tension. Keeping the sexual tension going, but think about it. When leading off the first thing I just told you guys, when you have the vessel right, most likely a lot of the jokes and a lot of the conversations is going to be sexually based in one way or another. You got to think about it. When a female is really attracted to you, she always make these little sexual jokes. And the guys, you guys ought to know what I'm talking about. The guys that have really have made females, that have attracted females in that way. That off the bat, just off their physiques, off the way they look, off of their style, that contributes to the physique. But at the same time, the physique is the vessel. So you can put something cheap on that physique and it still looks better. You know, you still looks good as opposed to someone else. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of the jokes are going to be centered around something sexual, and you can do it like that and play that hard kiki about it. But at the same time, it's still creating sexual tension because you know it's there. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about something and nothing, in no way, shape, or form leads to anything sexual, any sexual innuendos, any type of off the bar sexual jokes like no puns or something like that along those lines, most likely the probability of you getting laid on the first night is very low. I'm gonna keep it real with you, because girls always hint at what they want. What they not really good at hiding what they really want. One way or another, they expose it, especially if they really, really want it, because a lot of the times when they really lustful about a guy, they're going to be very nervous about it. But at the same time, when they're talking to you, they're going to be making comments about that. They're going to start saying stuff, and they're going to start they want to touch on you and other things, stuff like that. That's why I say being halfway there, because when they're sexually attracted to you, they're going to most likely want to talk to you. They're going to want to not just want to talk to you, they're going to want to touch you as well. So touch is a whole another thing, is as in getting you there. That's the progression. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say getting the vessel together, you don't have to be the best, but you don't have to be the leanest, you don't have to be just get your vessel together and see who likes it. Get your vessel and get that shape about yourself. Get in the gym and work out with your genetics the best way you can. And then whatever you put on it and however you strut with it and however you work it is what's going to work for you. You see what I'm saying? And then when you're building this sexual tension, when it's being built between the conversations you have, the gestures you make toward one another, the things that you guys do together, the eye contact you make, the conversations that even if they are very, very intellectual conversations or very serious conversations, personal conversations, they always end up leading to something sexual. And even if it's just in a joking manner, it always leads to something sexual. That's how you know how she's feeling and what her intentions are. You know what I mean? So what I'm gonna say is, when you're creating that sexual tension, being halfway there aids in that. That's something I've noticed, because when they are and they start making the jokes about it, most likely they're already talking about what they want to do. They're saying it in another way. You know what I'm saying? They're saying it. They're hinting at it. They allude to things, guys. It's never really anything too direct with women like that. Everything is always like off the. Everything is always on the fly. Everything is always like. It's never direct. Say, hey, I want to do this. They're not gonna walk up and say, I just want to fuck you. Straight up, they're never just gonna do that. Even if they really, really want to do that, they'll say you sexy as fuck or something before they say that. Before they say they just want to fuck you. Now, if the one is just saying that, that's very extremely, extremely rare. But I've had that happen before. But extremely, extremely rare that a woman just walk up and say she want to fuck you. Straight up. So another thing, creating that sexual tension through the conversation and through the gestures and through everything that you're doing, the eye contact, the touching, the barriers that are being crossed, all that good stuff. So when you're building that, like I said from before, having your vessel together, and then letting that carry over to the conversation, which leads into her making those jokes, y'all making these jokes, and you all are like telling each other what you really, really want. So when you're saying that, when you're doing that, now the other thing is making her comfortable. That leads into making her comfortable though, because the more you joke with her, the more you guys have a conversation, the more she's feeling the vibe, and that's why it's very, very important to create that vibe. Creating that vibe. See, when they're comfortable around you, then that's the deciding factor right there, because everything is open at that point. When they're comfortable around you guys, that is the ultimate thing. After you get past these first two things, when she's comfortable, that you may as well say you just sealed the deal, because people put their guard up when they're uncomfortable around a situation. It could be a chick that's very sexually attracted to you, but she's not comfortable around you. That's happened before. That can happen. She has to be comfortable, knowing that, okay, I can just kick back and I ain't got to worry about nothing. When she feel like that, you can pretty much just go full regalia pretty much at that point. Because if she's comfortable, she gonna put you in a position to be able to go full regalia. She gonna want to come around to your spot, kick back and chill and be all in your space, because she's comfortable with you now. A chick that's comfortable with you now probably won't even want to walk down the damn sidewalk with you. For real. Let alone come to your spot. Or come lay with you or anything. Like it could be a chick that's uncomfortable with you that'll come to your spot, but she all tensed up. But think about it. Think of the vibe of a chick that when she comes to your place and she just sitting there holding on to her purse, just like okay, yeah, just sitting around her body language looking all funny and that don't feel right. As opposed to her kicking her shoes off, taking her jacket off, have a purse to the side, hair laid back, just chilling, relaxed. You know what I'm saying? That is so much different. And you guys gotta understand that when the chick is comfortable, bro, that opens the door for everything right there. That opens the door for everything. You see what I'm saying? Okay. She's already sexually attracted to you for the first thing because your vessel, your first impression, you know what I'm saying, your shape, and whatever it is that ended up turning on about you, but most likely that vessel's gonna play a big part in that. And then the sexual tension that's created through a conversation and created through the gestures and all that y'all do together while y'all are intermingling and getting to know each other, that builds upon that. So the vessel, that's the follow-up to that. And then her getting comfortable in the situation, that builds and leads to her getting comfortable around you. You know what I'm saying? So the further that progresses, now she's more comfortable around you. Now she wants to be with you in private. And guess what happens in private? You have sex. You see what I'm saying, guys? You see what I'm saying? That's pretty much pretty much a good formula for getting laid on the first night. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Oh man, he just saying he's spewing a whole bunch of nonsense. He's saying this because he look like this, bro. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. This is work for me. I'm speaking from experience. You got to understand this, guys. When you already turning on, you're halfway there. This makes sense. You're halfway there already. Damn near. You damn halfway there. And then now that she's making the innuendos, go ahead on, joking with you sexually, joking with you. She's letting her intentions being known, and you're letting yours being known by responding to it in a way that's saying, okay, yeah, I'm with that. Okay, now that we got the okay with that, now we vibing. Because think about it, a lot of this stuff gonna happen on the fly. It ain't like this shit gonna take all day for this to happen. This shit can happen over the course of 30 minutes or something like that, 30 or minutes to an hour. You never know. Some chicks get comfortable quickly. You never understand that. You understand? So when you're in that mingling space, I noticed during that mingling spot, when you're in that mingling space, right after she's the initial attraction and the initial introduction, and the jokes and the conversations that leads after that, that's where a lot of them, that's like a lot of the meat of it, because that'll determine whether she will become comfortable with you or not, depending on what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how she feels about your game, or you know what I'm saying, or with your conversation or whatever. If she's feeling you, because you already passed the physical test, guys. The physical test already takes you there, and the physical test can let her. You passing the physical test can let her overlook certain things. You know what I'm saying? You can't even be a type of guy. She probably won't even like you psychologically like that. You see what I'm saying, guys? She might not even like the way you think, the way you act. You could probably be like a nerd to her or something like that. But if she's very, very sexually attracted to you, it's some things she'd be willing to overlook and actually try to make it work. It's a lot of women that'll do that. A lot of women that has done that for me. I'm not I'm saying I look like a hood dude, but I'm not. That's not my demeanor. You see what I'm saying? But I attract a lot of hood chicks just because of the way I look. You know what I mean? So a lot of them might not like my personality. So that's the truth. That's the truth. A lot of them might not like my personality, but I have it in me. You know what I'm saying? I can switch modes. But me, 85% of the time, I don't act like that. You feel what I'm saying? Unless I'm around like my homies here and there. But most likely, I'm just regular smegular when it comes to personality. You know, I got things about myself that they fuck with or whatever. But other than that, like I'm not the ideal dude that they would usually go for with those types of characteristics. You see what I'm saying? So they will willing to make put aside certain things that they would usually say is a deal breaker for certain dudes just because you turning them on. Trust me. It's happened before. It's happened so many times, bro. It's happened before. So anyway, guys, like I told you guys, get your vessel, building that sexual tension through those conversations and those gestures and in your intermingling phase, and then ultimately when she's comfortable with you, the door is open for you guys to do just about anything you want to do. It's as simple as that, guys. It really is. And it might not seem like it's simple when you first starting out or you trying to get things together, but I noticed through my own experiences. I don't give a damn what nobody. Like I said, through my own experiences, that this is what's worked for me. And it has worked for other guys. I've seen it happen while we were out with my homies. So I've seen that. Okay, I've seen the initial stages. Oh, she think he looks good. Or I've seen how they start jokingly talk about sex and other conversations. And I've seen how she ended up finally getting comfortable enough to go back to the spot. How in the hell is she gonna go back to your spot if she's not comfortable? You feel me? See, you see how those things lead up into each other and build into each other, and eventually that you get the end result. That is the highest probability of it happening. I'm not saying it's automatically gonna happen just because it happened, because this girl can get comfortable and not want to smash at the end of the night and all that too. So I'm not trying to get into all that, but what I'm saying is that creates the highest probability. Those three things create the highest probability of you getting laid on the first night, guys. It's your boy Noto, coming to you more videos, coming to you more content, man. And I'm out.